Okay. So, hi, Lydia.
Hello.
Welcome to my office. Have you ever been in therapy before?
No.
Okay, so before we get started, I just need to let you know a couple things. So if you ever disclose to me that you are feeling suicidal, as in you want to harm yourself, homicidal, as in you want to harm others, or if you disclose to me that you have ever hurt the elderly or younger children, then those are things that I have to report. So that's just to cover my license, make sure, nothing can happen to my license as a social worker. So does that sound okay with you?
Sounds good.
Okay, well then let's get started. Can you tell me a little bit about why you're here today?
I just wanted to talk to someone about, I've been having a lot of trouble keeping relationships, and I seem to never be happy with the relationships I do have, but then once I'm in a relationship, I'm not happy with it.
Oh, okay. So can you tell me a little bit about your latest relationship?
My boyfriend that I was with I've dated him on and off for like 4 years. Well, whenever we're together, we seem to always fight. There's constantly something that's coming up, and it's not even necessarily things that are really important, just like we just are constantly at each other. And then whenever I'm not with him and I try to date other people, then I just can't seem to stop thinking about him and I miss him and I really want to be in that like miserable place, but I know that's not a healthy place to be in.
Okay. So you said about 4 years that you've been dating. So what is like the longest time you guys have been together?
We dated for 2 years when we were freshman and sophomore in college.
Okay. And what was that time in your relationship like?
Um, it was really, the beginning was super like honeymoon, like everything was great. We were so happy to be together because we had just like been friends for a long time, and I felt like it was something that everyone else could see was coming. And then when we were together, we were like, wow, this is perfect. Like this is great. And then towards the end, like the probably the second half of the second year, we were like just that's when we just started always fighting, and I just would catch myself like, I wonder what it would be like to be with other people, or like, I wonder how it would be to not be with him. And like, I started questioning it, and we just started fighting a lot.
Okay, so then have could you see yourself without him?
Um, I I try. I feel like I've tried to be without him, but then I'm still not happy.
Right.
So I don't know what to do. If I should just suck it up and like be with him, or if I should just I can't get to the place where I just cut it off completely.
Okay, so what are some things that are causing the fights between you guys?
We'll fight about like one time he insisted that he go through my phone because he like thought that I was talking to other people, which at the time I had only been talking to like people in my classes or like about homework and stuff, like nothing like flirty or like I was trying to start another thing, but yeah, I was talking to other boys, but it wasn't like something serious or something that he needed to be concerned with. So I saw that as he wasn't trusting me. Like, if we've been together, you should have been trusting me. Like, where did I go wrong to lose my trust? Because I felt like that was something that I should have until I proved to him that he should question it.
Mm-hmm. So that's got to be really upsetting for you to not have that trust that you feel you deserve.
Right.
Do you feel that he deserves trust from you?
I feel like I've always given him trust. Like, I've never gone through his like phone directly or anything like that. But I feel like him questioning me is kind of making him look guilty. Like, why are you questioning me? Are you texting other girls? Like, why do you think it's so important to go through my phone?
So his guilt is really, you feel that's reflective on what he's doing.
Yes.
Yeah, and I could see how you would feel that. So what have you done to address that?
We've tried to talk about it. It always ends up in like a big fight, and I've told him that. I'm like, is there something you're not telling me that is making you so curious about my phone and my personal phone, and you think that like what is causing this? Like, why do you think you need to go through it? And so I feel like it's too hypocritical to ask to go through his. Like, should I go through his phone?
Right. I mean, that's a great question. And so, why do you think that he feels the need to do this if you have never given him a reason not to trust you?
I don't know. I just, then that comes like me questioning myself, like, what have I done? Like, oh no, I'm making mistakes. But then I know that I really haven't done anything, and I think it's unfair for him to be making me feel guilty when I haven't done anything. Like, I feel like I've done something wrong because he's like targeting me. But then if I like really stop and think about it, I'm like, what have I done that's so wrong?
Right. So that's got to be a lot of frustration and confusion within
Right.
your relationship. So how do you think that you can talk to him about this? I mean, you said that you've tried before, right? Does he just get angry, and does he ever want to talk about it?
No, he pretty much always closes it off, and that almost makes me feel like I need to like give him a cold shoulder and like, okay, if you don't want to talk about it, then I'm not gonna keep trying to talk about it, and I'm just gonna like walk away from it altogether. But then I'll get to a point like where I'm without him for a while, and then I panic and run right back to him.
So, when you guys aren't together, like, are you seeing other people, or are you just, living your life? Like, are you hanging out more with your friends? Like, what is it like when you aren't together with him?
Well, I've tried a little bit of both to see if anything will work for me. So I took a long time where I was just single and hanging out with my friends. And of course, like in the beginning, that was great. Like being single was fun, but then I just got to a point where everywhere I looked, there were couples, and everything I saw reminded me of him, and I just like couldn't get past it. So I thought, okay, well, if it's not working with him, maybe it'll work with someone else. So I tried. I started probably like 2 other relationships. They weren't very serious, and as soon as I got to a point where like I thought I had feelings, and I just ended up kind of like pushing them away and getting mad at them because they weren't him, which isn't fair because you can't compare everyone to the same person. But that's just what I kept catching myself doing.
And what was it about these boys that just wasn't good enough? What was the difference between them and your boyfriend?
I just think that they didn't understand me as well, and I expected them right away to be in the place where my boyfriend is always at, like knows everything I'm gonna do, like understands, he gets it. And so I just like once they wouldn't get it, or once they would respond differently to something, I would like, what are you doing? Like, why don't you understand? Like, how can I tell you in a different way?
Right. So that's gotta be, really confrontational emotions. Like, you are so unhappy with your current boyfriend, and because of all these mistrustful things that he is showing you. But then on the other hand, you have these guys who are more trusting, but they don't know you as well because you haven't spent as much time together with them.
Right.
That's got to be really confusing for you. Okay, well, from our discussion, I can just see that you're having, such a struggle with, trusting other people, because I think it really stems from the mistrust that he's giving you, and you have done, nothing to cause that mistrust. So, I can see that there's a lot of confusion in this relationship, and that's something I want to touch more on next week. I don't feel like we have enough time, so next week I want to talk about you. You say that you have maybe been trying more relationships with other boys, and that this one isn't very successful, but it's something that you want to hold on to. So I think that's definitely something we should explore next week. So, do you have any more questions for me?
That's it.
Okay, great. Well, then I'll see you here next week.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.